It's only one. Mose.
And here's the thing they admit. No, I'm not gonna have a hard time shocking some people because I'm not saying he's right in that.
Okay.
I'm not saying he's right in that. But what I'm saying is he portrayed something that he never was to begin with. He was never involved in this to begin with. It was all a publicity stunt. It was all for fake. It was all phony. It was all this. It was all that. Blah, 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 whatever. So whoever took this seriously outside of the people directly involved, shame on them. The people out here watching and really sitting here thinking this is serious, shame on them. But it is sitting here and having him in some trouble with the feds and some real serious people. So that being said, if he snitches on his team, the very team that was about to kill him anyway, the very team that was about to kill, you know what I mean, doing all these things, allegedly do whatever anyway, whatever was supposed to go on, and he's about to do time, I ask you, oh God, what would you do? Now, we're in different situations. We're not out there in the cold. We're not doing this, but he claims he never was anyway.
Well, let's put it in context. You got to put all of this stuff in context first, because first of all, the reason they're supposed to be going to go kill him is because he fired him and got rid of him. You know what I mean? So if you go back though, they was running together, and the reason not only because he was running with them, because allegedly they committed crimes. They shot people. They was putting hits on people, et cetera, et cetera. You know, other crimes were committed. That's why they're in trouble. So it's like the situation is me and you. We on camera. We repping the same organization. We go down together. We all go down. Now I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't know these dudes. I'm snitching on them. This was all fake. I was just a rapper. That's what it's looking like right now with 6ix9ine. You know what I mean? So how could anybody say that that's a I don't know. I don't want to even say right, because it depends whether it's a street code or then it's the real code. You know what I mean? And it's different. You know what I mean? Some people think that civilians don't live by that same street code as far as that civilians
grew up on.
Yeah, that's what kind of we grew up on, definitely. You know what I mean? And there's codes out there. So, 6ix9ine right now, to me personally, I think that he needs to just go down and not be the Frank Lucas of the situation, because he perpetuated, this, you know what I mean? Period. And these you can't say that he never knew him. These was his mans. That was his man. They were traveling the world together. That was his team. They was in, you know what I mean, supposed shootouts together. Yeah. Allegedly. So
we live in a whole different age though. This is 2018 where there are no codes. Let's keep it 100. There are no codes out here today. Because if there were codes out here, this alleged hit or whatever was supposed to be going on would have never been taped. That had never been taped. These situations that we see going on with rappers showing their money, showing their guns, this would have never happened. Snitching and all that stuff would have never went down. There is no code in 2018. So you cannot be surprised when I say, hell yeah, he should snitch, because somebody's going to snitch on somebody in this situation. Absolutely. I've sat here and said a million times, you don't show or tell. It's a whole different game out here right now. This kid's freedom's on the line, and he's never going to rap again. He has $1.7 million allegedly.
We got to talk about that too. Yeah.
That's gone.
Right. That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Guys, somebody that finds himself real smart in this situation is my man Casanova. Let me talk about him.
Yeah, no doubt.
And let me just kind of tie all of this in. Looking back at this night, it was one of the defining moments of my life as a man. I was faced with a dilemma, a life-changing decision I had to make. Should I do something to him and everything right now and go to jail, or should I look him in his eyes, talk to him like a man, and give him a way out? I was waiting to catch him lacking for weeks and months. I finally did. The devil placed him right in my hands. If you've seen how it unfolded, you would have understood why I did what I did. I had to play chess, not checkers. After my first look in his eyes up close, reading his body language, I understood he was a misled good kid and didn't know what he signed up for. Okay. Before this happened, I had people try to belittle me. My gangster club stopped booking me. DJ stopped playing my music. Homies turned their back on me. People trying to throw batteries in my back, praying I crash out, he typed. Even after we squashed it, people was mad at me. Even though I made the decision, thinking of me and others, I realized negativity will override positive vibes any day. The people that wanted me to win was happy, while the people that wanted me to fail was mad. While everyone wanted to kill him, people thought I would be their sacrifice and saver and do it. But how can you use me as a pawn when I'm a king? Okay. Killing. Okay, hold on. Fast forward to now. The same way everyone was calling him stupid and bashing him is the same way y'all would have been doing to me, even if I would have went out like a quote unquote G. But in all actuality, I did go out like a G. I thought and used my brain and I'm here free to talk about it. My next move will be a power move. Stay tuned. Just remember that there is no doubling back for the ones that turn their back. And for the record, I still don't want to be the king of New York. New York is what it is.
No, I mean, I definitely agree with a large percentage of what he said. Pretty much, in reference to 6ix9ine, pretty much saying that he's you know, he could have did what he did to him or whatever. He had the opportunity, but he kind of seen that he was lost and misguided. And I'm here to say I agree with him and all that, and that's cool. And I'm glad that he did that. I'm glad he didn't hurt him. But the feds don't care about none of that. And the reason I'm saying it is because there's a lot of misguided, you know, people who make mistakes and then gotta pay for those mistakes.
Yeah.
They're throwing this on this, man. Like, it's a lot of misguided, you know, children out here in the streets that we can say, oh, he made a bad decision and he wasn't really like that, but he killed somebody or he did this to somebody, so he gotta pay that price. So, you know, if you perpetuating that type of stuff, you know what I mean, people are going to bring that to you, and this is the attention that he brought to himself. And it seems like, you know, I myself don't want to see any person go to jail, you know, like that. But, you know, he talked big shit. He definitely talked big shit. And the ones that talk big shit and live big shit, you know, in my opinion, you should go down, you know, with the shit. But that's what you was talking. You was this dude. You can't just start turning and pointing fingers, you know, at people. But, you know, honorable thing what Casanova said, man, that's real talk. And I think people could definitely learn, you know, from that.
Absolutely. And I think even in me saying that he's going to point fingers, I still think he's doing time. I don't think it's going to be enough.
Oh, no doubt. No
He's
doubt.
incriminated himself too much.
Yeah, you're right.
You're asking me, should he snitch? Or will he snitch? Yep. Because
I think he may probably will. Yeah.
And is it okay? You're going to sit up in jail and you live this life. You didn't live the life. Come on, man. I think that's clear now. And there's nothing, I'm not going to say there's nothing wrong with that because you talked and you walked it for a long time. So you're you made this bed. You're going to have to sleep on it. You said, and I agree 100%. We don't want to see anybody sitting in a jail cell. That's not something that we agree on. But you made this bed. You're going to have to sleep on it no matter who you tell on.
Right.
Your rap career is over. Your life has officially changed because you put out a persona that you weren't ready to all the way back up, and you did it in a dumbass way. And it's a real shame. It's a shame.
It's sad, man. So shout out to Casanova 2 times, 2X, however you say that. Oh, God. And Sam, man, I got to get to this one, Sam, man, because this is going to be interesting right here when I read this one to you, because we kind of just talking about this situation. Tekashi 6ix9ine legal team just dropped a statement pretty much saying they're denying any allegation that he's going to be snitching. Now, his lawyer, Lazario, said that 6ix9ine is not giving state's evidence and the transfer to the new facility was simply made due to threats. So contrary to what people are saying, what people believe, his attorney did give a statement saying 6ix9ine is not giving the state evidence and the transfer to the new facility was simply made because of threats that he got, I guess, on his life and whatnot. Sam, man, what do you think about that? Do you think 6ix9ine is going to snitch later, or just, you know, or what do you think about his lawyer putting that out there right now to the fam?
I believe it, and I'm not going to speculate on what this kid's going to do or not do. I said what he should do or what I think he's going to do just based off of loyalty, and there is no real loyalty in this involved. Somebody's going to tell on somebody, so who's going to tell first? If this is a race, you want to win the fucking race, right? So that's just based off of the speculation I go on. But the fact that he did plead not guilty and he's willing to go to trial for his life does sit on the fact that maybe he didn't tell on somebody, because we both agree that he's going to do some kind of jail time. He's going to do some type of jail time, and it might be a situation, you know, where his lawyers think they can get him out of this. Right. You know what I mean? They feel like they got a, you know, shot. And even though, you know, we talk about percentages and, you know, the 90, this, that, there is that small percentage of, you know, and a lot of people always point to the T.I. situation. They say, well, man, he was facing 30 years, you know, and he got out with a year. You know what I mean? A year and a day. I'm just saying, a year and a day. People, it's no paperwork on T.I. There's no paperwork, you know what I mean, on him. But people always throw that out there and say, you know, how did T.I. get out of that situation? He had money. Yeah. He had damn good lawyers. You know what I mean? He had fame, popularity, and everything behind him. This kid definitely has it. His music's only going to get better, and only get more popular as we're still speaking about him days after it. As soon as, you know, he goes to trial, to be another big thing. And then, you know, more and more, every time something happens, he can slip and fall, slip on a banana peel, take a fart, take a shit. 6ix9ine did the 6ix9ine did that. But this is one, you know, I think is good, you know, to put out there and speak on this one, because a lot of people thinking that, you know, is going, you know, that way.
You know, especially for that transfer when TMZ, I think, put that out there, that kind of was like the nail in the coffin.
Well, they painted it that way. And that's a real dangerous platform because they like paint narratives. They dropped that about him, about he's transferring jails for snitches and this, and they ain't have to put that like that, but they did. And then you got the, he put a hit out on this dude and they got the 2 minutes worth of covers that somebody dropped to them. It's like, yo, they're doing whatever they can to make sure this kid goes to jail because they know if he goes to jail for life, that's going to be one of the top headlines they ever get. It's real cynical how they move shit.
I got to ask you this,
you know what I mean?
About, you talked about this earlier, social media now. It's never been anything like this before. Remember like the OJ thing?
Yeah.
Imagine we had social media then.
Man.
How it would have been. It's like we had to wait for the news. Now it's like everything is just playing out, you know, on social media. Do you think that the judges, you know, are being swayed by what goes on with social media in the jurors too? That's going to be, you know, trying the case and stuff.
We know the power in it.
Yeah.
And if you got a Facebook, if you got a Twitter, no matter if you're a judge, no matter if you're a juror, you know what I mean, sitting in the case or presiding over the case, and you happen to go home and check your Facebook and you see something, how can't something via TMZ stare you? You're a human being. It's the power we got nowadays. You're absolutely correct in that. So it's 100% accurate to sit here and go, maybe, because we know it's not 100% all objectivity when it comes to courtrooms. We know if the dude is cool with the lawyer or this or that, and we all know that the jurors have lives. So if they see this going on, like you said, in the OJ situation, all we got was the reporting from the courtroom. There wasn't anybody on here. There weren't reports like this. And this is why we got to be careful on these platforms and how we steer a narrative. You got to be fucking objective.
Right.
Because you go and do thousands, 100,000s of views, and your narrative is steered this way or that way based off of your fucking biased opinion,
right? You
may be staring a juror that be watching you sitting here going, yeah, you know what? He's right. She's right.
And this is what I'm thinking.
You know what I mean?
They're going in closing, you know, because I got to actually remind you, you got to go too. You know what I mean? In closing, with the 6ix9ine situation, I think what his team is trying to do is kind of paint him, and this may even work with different jurors. You might get some jurors that 6ix9ine fans that might be sitting up in there, you know, and they might try to stare like, you know, he was just influenced by these goons, these thugs around him. He's just nice entertainer kid, you know, give him another chance. You know, he didn't do none of the thing. There's no evidence of him doing any other thing. It was just entertainment. Not saying it's going to work, but this is their job to paint that picture.
Yeah,
at this point.
And if you look at it, if he wasn't involved and it was just somebody that was just painting a picture and portraying this image, then it would make sense for him not to snitch on people that he doesn't know. How can I snitch on A, B, or C if I don't know what they're doing? I'm not involved. I don't do this shit. I'm just sitting here on camera with the thing on, jumping around like they told me to. I don't know who's doing shit behind the scenes. They put the camera on and told me to say this about this dude. He even knew I was going to say it.
I
don't know. I'm just a rapper. Good angle. You never know.
Good angle. You never know. And, you know, he has some pretty high-powered attorneys, if you say so. One of his attorneys was accused, you know, she was acquitted, you know, of sneaking in pills, a turkey sandwich, and some contraband, you know, to one of her clients back in the day. But she was acquitted. Sandwich and some pills? That was the article Vlad TV dropped earlier.
Shout out to Vlad for always dropping the inside scoops on me.
Yeah, man. But you tuned into another episode of the Uncensored Truth Podcast with your brother, Oh God, and SamAnt over there from Viral Hip Hop News in the building today.
It's only one, Mo.